What up, guys? Little trade recap on the trade I took today on my eval and my zero accounts. First time using Alpha Futures, first time recording a trade recap as well. So I guess let's just get straight into it. So basically, coming to market open, I was pretty bullish after tab. We'll get rid of these drawings, but I was pretty bullish after tapping into this 1 hour gap and respecting it during pre-market. So I'm like, okay, I think our drawn liquidity is gonna be this high up here. This was my sell side liquidity and my profit target. So I was just waiting for an entry really for this. Sell side liquidity. There we go. And so I was sitting on the 15 minute just to see if we had any imbalances. We had this one little, we had like some gaps, a gap right here, but I really wasn't paying too much attention to that. Just waiting for this 15 minute to get inversed, which we did. Where am I? And so after, whoops. Okay, so when market open happened, we had an SMT of these highs. They're like some hourly highs that we had at SMT, but ES was still very bullish. So with ES being as bullish as it was, I was very bullish just with my buys still. So I'm like, okay, we obviously want to push higher. NQ hasn't taken out those highs yet. So I was just gonna do my take profit to like around this area. But I'm like, okay, we'll hold. So I after we tap into this 1 minute gap right here, this is where I entered longs up here once like we officially were respecting it and we showed some bullish momentum. I entered longs. I usually enter on inverse for value gaps, and so I wasn't wanting to trade, and that was on eval. So I really wasn't looking for trades here on my zero accounts, but I decided to do a aggressive continuation model to all-time highs after going to profit. After we tapped into this 1 minute gap, I decided to enter longs on my zero accounts, and that long looks something like, Jesus, why are you doing this? It's supposed to look something like this, but then when I was buying, I was full porting my eval, and so I accidentally almost bought 3 contracts, so I had to wait, go change the contract size, and also I was also on M and Q, and so I ended up getting filled all the way up here. So it was low key like a negative risk to reward trade. It looked like that. It was horrible. So if we were to delete this one, this is what the trade I took on my actual accounts look like. So I was like, wow, got a horrible fill, low key on me. But I was like, okay, whatever. And so after we broke above this, we'll go back to my other trade that I was actually taking. After closing above this high, this is when I moved my stops to break even, and we created this 1 minute fair value gap right here. I'm like, okay, this should hold and propel price higher. That was like my thought process. I was thinking like, okay, this 1 minute should hold again and displays higher. And I was like, we might reverse just because I don't use rejection blocks, but I know about them. And so I'm like, okay, I know this is like a what is it, a 4 hour rejection, an hourly rejection block, whatever you want to call it. Uh, I don't know. I saw someone else's trade recap. They're like, oh, this is an hourly rejection block, whatever, whatever. So I was weary of that. I hate going to come back over here. And so yeah, I moved my stop loss to right here once we created this fair value gap and we tapped in. Stops were right here, and so that was basically break even. It was like $70, like maybe 70, $50 across both my accounts. So it was really a break even trade. I really don't count $50 as losing much. But yeah, got stopped out on my zero account, and then I banked out, I think it was 1700 on the eval, which as you just saw, it's blown. Okay, so then we come back, right? I was thinking about when we came back into this range, taking these shorts. I don't, just because there's 9 a.m. news coming. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to trade the news. So, we kind of chop around here for a bit. We have an internal range liquidity sweep right here. So bang, internal range liquidity sweep, inversion of this 1 minute gap. And so I was like, okay, we're in that. So I took another long, thinking that we're going to respect this 15-minute gap I have drawn out here. And I am not sure why these keep on moving why is my thing 100 points? Okay, there we go. So yeah, and this swing high was gonna be my break even point. And then because we tapped into this 1 minute gap, I'm like, okay, once we close above this, I'll go to break even, target all time highs. Just because I just try to pass my accounts in 1, 2 days max, sometimes 3. I know I just said 2 days max, but y'all get me. Um, so yeah, I was just like, okay. So I was like, I was floating around 1,500 profit again, and yesterday I had lost like 1,000 on this account by that big Drake candle to the downside. So I was down a little bit in this account, but I was up like 800 on like total. So I was like, okay, just need 2,200. This might have been more than 2,200. I don't know. It was a big trade. I had like 2 contracts on this. I'm like, okay, this level should hold. And my stop loss, I was like this. This was like the actual fill, now thinking about it. And reasoning, I had my stop loss a little tighter, but my thought process, okay, it might sound a little dumb, but this 15-minute wick right here was gonna be my rejection block, was a rejection block for me just because it swept this internal low. And you have the CE of the range, the consequent encroachment of the wick, whatever. And so I'm like, okay, consequent encroachment of that wick, and then we had a 2 minute gap. We had a 2 minute gap, and then that was also inside of a golden premium. So I'm like, okay, I thought we were gonna tap the range and then displace higher. So you can see we tapped that range like perfectly. And I'm like, okay, should be enough to propel price higher. And I do not want to change those settings. I'm like, should be enough to push price higher is what I was thinking. And so, I kind of get scared when it's over here, but I'm like, okay, this level should hold, which it's holding. And then we have a nice little displacement candle. And then I'm like, okay, this should tap in, go higher, right? Okay. Tell me why I get absolutely liquidated. Blew this account on this trade. Like, it was crazy. Just Trump sends out a tweet, I guess. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Dumps over 700 points. Like, it's just insane. But yeah, that's how I lost on the day and had one break even. Overall, not mad about the trades. It was my model. I'm pretty happy with the way that trade's going. And I will be posting trade recaps every day. Let me know if you have any questions about my strategy or anything. In the future, I will be posting a video like a full breakdown. But I just trade the PB trading mech model, basic ICT concepts. But yeah, no, those are the 2 trades I took. Low key was thinking about hopping in the short after this first candle closure, but I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what caused it. So if I knew Trump sent out the tweet, I would have definitely started selling off, but I just didn't know what was happening until later on, and it was already too late by then. I was thinking about taking profits up here at the peak, but I just didn't get to. A little annoyed about my late fill, just because, operator error. It was my fault. But yeah, no, this trade was like a negative risk to reward trade. I usually try to target low risk to reward, uh, high win rate. And so like usually my trades are like around 1 to 1, 1 to 1.5. This is what the trade was meant to look like. And that is just not how it turned out. But overall, not a bad trading day. I hate losing on Fridays because then I can't get my get back. You know what I mean? But I think that's where we're gonna call this video. Let me know if y'all like this kind of content. I know like no one's gonna see this video, mainly just for me to post and just see, my own journey. But yeah, hopefully these accounts go a little bit better. I just have these two. I'm gonna reset this account later on today. Um, but yeah, we're on 250Ks. I don't really care. I can show you guys. We took a loss yesterday. And then we took that one loss to, oh dang, it was $70. I lied. But yeah, that's how we're looking on the week. And I think we're gonna cut the video there. You guys have a good one, and I will see y'all in the next one.